Hey guys, welcome to Clean and Sober, and I don't know anything about you guys. You popped out from out of nowhere last week, man.
Yeah. So we're beneath the skin. My name's Mike Riley. I'm a vocalist. This is Russell Connor. He's the guitar player. Drummer and bass player couldn't make it tonight, but that's okay. This was really just focused on a song in particular, correct?
Yeah, I think we're listening to it. So I listened to like one song, the first one on the EP and this comes out in April, right?
April 19th.
And I went, hell yeah, this sounds like a band's third release on like Ripple Music or on Blues Funeral or one of them. I'm like, who the hell is this? And then I saw your videos and it's like, you've got like the costumes, you've got the lights, it's all professional. And then I find out you're like this local unit out of Kansas City, home of one of my favorite bands all time.
Buzzard Fight?
Buzzard Fight, of course, but Youngblood Supercult.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, mass respect. So, and then you said something personal, and I'm like, ooh, maybe we should get together and talk.
Right.
So what song did I choose here?
The song is called Pay Up, and it's actually the title track to the EP that we're releasing.
Yeah, and it had a little bit to do about, actually, go ahead, tell the fine folks at home what this family-friendly song is about.
Well, this song is the journey whenever you're right in the dead center of overcoming your addiction. I wrote the lyrics to this song 15 years ago, 20 years ago in Rehab. So,
this is a Rehab song. I had no idea. Are you cool saying, like, what were you addicted to? Marijuana, cocaine?
My drug of choice was methamphetamine.
Yeah, I got busted on this a while ago. I think I self-owned. I never talked about the fact I'm a recovering meth addict.
Yeah.
Like I'll talk about the alcohol, I'll talk about the weed, I'll talk about the opium and the crack. I don't like talking about that shit. So
there's a stigma for whatever reason, right? We kind of pick which bad habits are the most of the bad. Yeah.
It was just the darkest, most miserable place I could have been. And I guess if I'm embarrassed of anything, it's the fact I called that black pit home.
Yeah.
So this song's all about that, right?
It's about the realization that I was having as I was actually getting clean for the first time for myself, where I actually wanted it, and how my perspective of everything that was going on had changed.
So on this part of things, we're not going to get too heavy into the recovery stuff. But I think for right now, people just want me to shut the f up and put the song on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, right there. That's bass, right? What the hell is he using?
What is he using?
He's got kind of a combination between a muff and a chainsaw or HM2 type sound.
Okay.
He and I are both gear hounds. And so I turned him on to a pedal made by Earthbound Audio called the
which Earthbound Audio?
Earthbound Audio they're great. I've got a handful of their pedals.
So do I. Which one?
So this one that he's using, there's a Throat Locust, which I've got and turned him on to.
I've got the Supercollider Beast, the one with the 2 oscillating circuits.
Oh yeah.
That thing is nasty.
Yeah. I have the Supercollider, but I don't have the Beast.
Oh man, the Beast has. So for folks who don't know, and I'll have to take a picture of it, it has 2 oscillators. One's kind of controlled. The other one is crazy. And I would use that, and I'd run it through a paradriver. It's a Sansan paradriver that would control it and kind of compress it just enough so that it could actually. I'm almost tempted. I have clips of me somewhere, but I don't play publicly. Earthbound Audio, respect, dude. You just scored massive points.
Oh, they're great.
Okay, so 10 out of 10, folks. Just get it. I'm kidding. That got my attention, man. I love that sound, and I had a feeling. I'm like, ooh, that's Earthbound. Okay. first, my hat. Who did the recording?
Bill Beast recording.
Because you've got the bass is very clear, but we don't have any frequency masking. The bassing and the guitars are completely separate from one another, playing in the same range. My hat's off to him for that. Your vocals, okay, my first reaction, it's either John Garcia singing Metallica or it's James Hetfield singing Caius.
There you go.
It's got that. It cuts right through this nasty dark dank mix.
Well, you're kind of hitting on something that really stands out to us as a band when we have those band talks, right? You've got one guitar, a bass, a drummer, and a vocalist, and the way we each use our instruments and prefer to have our sounds, they really add up well, and we each get to be individuals, in a mixed setting. Mike doesn't try to do this guttural Cookie Monster roar. He's singing clearly.
Thank you, by the way.
And melodies there, and the way Josh and I complement each other, a lot of the time we're an octave apart.
Yeah.
But we equalize our instruments in such a way that you still get to hear both of us doing what we're doing,
Yeah, and yeah, this will turn into a clinic. I listen to, on average, 200 albums a month. And I'd say in 90% of them, the bass is indistinguishable from the guitar, which is fine. That's part of a certain branch of traditional doom. I can't argue with it. Then you have Monolord, right? Who they're both in the same frequency, but you can definitely tell the difference between Thomas's guitar playing. This is
your favorite band. Oh yeah, I love Monolord.
This is really good. Plus you did not bury the vocals. So thank you on behalf of everybody that wants to actually hear the singer and discern the singer. I might be in the minority, but any Cookie Monster vocals in here?
I get aggressive.
Okay. Let's let you move on.
I'm
sure
not barking like a dog, but I get aggressive.
Sometimes it seems like the whole world is against me. My hands are tied, and I can't seem to break free from these walls in my mind that have imprisoned me. Yeah. Every effort I'm making's in a loss. Beaten down from the battles that I fought. Burnt down every bridge that I walked across. I will pay my dues, whatever the cost.
Okay. That was good. That was nice little progression. Reminds me just a hint of a little band out of New Jersey called Solace, where Jason's vocals would take him somewhere and they'd go. That was nice. That was. So you wrote the lyrics. Who wrote the music?
That was me. I had come up with that riff, and then the drummer and Jimmy and Josh wrote their bass parts.
I'll tell you that song actually came together during like a warm-up session before practice. And we played it from start to finish. I mean, of course, it wasn't in its final form now, but we played it start to finish just as a warm-up, and it's been a song ever since.
It's great. By the way, you've got one of those response thing. I don't know what they call them, but you've got bubbles coming out of your hand on this screen. That or I'm having a flashback. No, it's actually Russell's. He did the hand signal for bubbles. So it'll be interesting to see if that's in there. Otherwise, my spine just released some LSD and I'm like tripping.
Welcome to Beneath the Skin.
lyrics are so good. I mean, this sounds like it was written in rehab.
Yep.
Like, did you? I'm not making fun of it, but I can picture someone, you're sitting in group and you just read the lyrics out loud. Did you do that with this?
Yeah.
Seriously?
No, I never did that. But I see your vision there. It makes a pretty cool music video.
Now,
no, I basically wrote this sitting before lights out on my cot at night.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. And this was 15 years ago.
I think it's more like 20. Yeah.
20 years ago. So
yeah.
2004-ish.
2004 to 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, how long have you guys been a band?
Less than 2 years.
Yeah.
I think we started mid to late May of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to see if I can pull some of the footage of you guys, and this is your first album, right?
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. It doesn't sound like it. It doesn't feel like it, and the video I've seen, it doesn't look like it. So great job so far. I'm just absorbed in the lyrics. It's like I have plenty to say. I'm loving the tune. I love how patient it is. Like you're not in a hurry to go somewhere with it. You're right. Just letting it ride. Drummer has some nice effing groove. Like it's good. Rhythm section's hot, man.
Jimmy York, shout out to Jimmy York though. He started playing drums. His very first practice was Beneath the Skin and never played a musical instrument prior to that.
You know, there's another band like that, the band Clean out of Michigan. Their bass player. Yeah. They gave him a bass and said, "Here, learn how to play this." Mooger Fooger did.
Yeah, I love the boys in Clean, man. Yeah. I shoot the shit with them on Facebook Messenger here and there. You know, I'd love to one of these days making it work to where we could play a show together. You know, well, we're in the same kind of realm. We got a different vibe than them, but I think that it would be great to just share the stage.
Well, you're coming from from similar direction. Yeah. So yeah, they were my very first live reaction with the band. Actually, so that's how I met those guys. So you're following in a good tradition. Okay, let's take this beast home. It's the little things. It's the bass player is going up and he's doing that fifth. He's not following exactly. He's playing the chord. It's the little things. And you can't really do Sabbath worship unless the bass player does something a little bit more than following the root note. That's I really like that part. So sick.
Every effort I make ends in a loss. Beaten down from the battles that I fought. Burned down every bridge that I walked across. I will pay my dues, whatever my cost. Whatever the cost. Whatever the cost. It's time to pay up.
You saved it for the end, brother.
Yeah.
You saved that for the end.
You got to do the journey one step at a time, right?
You let your voice break up and crack there a little. That was good. You pushed it. Again, if it reminds me of Garcia, it's slow burn era Garcia. Really, really, really a choice. The guitars that's just crushing dense crap. Did you go through an amp or do you go through a board?
No, that was let's see. For that recording, it was Magic Pedals modded HM2, and so it's basically it's based on the Dunwich amps design that Magic Pedals took over into the clean channel of Bogner Uberschall.
Boy, you're fancy with your gear. I remember Dunwich. They were hot back in the day when I was shopping for Earthbound audio. The production is good. The drums could probably use a little raised. The cymbals a little raised. But man, first effort. So self-produced?
No, actually, we recorded it at Hills East, but our buddy Kevin Cowan down in Branson area, he's the bass player for Copper Still. He produced it for us.
Okay. Good. That's probably why it works a little bit. I'm of the opinion that young bands should have an outsider doing, you know what I mean? Somebody who isn't, it's not their precious little baby, and somebody can give you some good feedback. I got to tell you, so this releases next month. This is clearly going to be on my list. I don't know where, because Ritual King is releasing a live album, so they're setting the bar high, just like Sergeant Thunderhoof has a live album this month, and it's like, yeah, nothing's gonna eclipse that for me this month. That is freaking awesome. So what's your next gig? What's going on? What is happening with the band right now? Because I have a feeling you're gonna be a little busy.
Well, our last show was at the Voodoo Lounge at Harrah's Casino in Kansas City, and we closed that one out. That was a pretty fun deal. That's probably the video that I sent you of one of our newest songs.
Okay.
But next month we play a house party, believe it or not, with some really badass rock and metal bands from the Kansas City area. Copper Still actually being one of those. We also got Stone Eagle on that bill, Full Stack Fury, and Burn the Gates. So it's a pretty impressive bill. It's
a strong list.
Yeah, and we're going to be celebrating the release of this. That's the day of release, the day of the show, and yeah, we're going to have some fun doing that.
And I assume are you part of the Midwest Doom Coalition?
I'm a member. Yeah.
Represent. I mean, half the bands out of there come from KC. And you mentioned, so how well do you know Buzzard Fight?
Well, I know of them. I've got their album. I have not yet made a show. Every time they have a show, I end up having to do something else, and it's really frustrating. So, but yeah, not just Buzzard Fight out here that I really like listening to. I like listening to Gurney.
Well, Gurney. I mean, okay, now you're talking like hippie death cult level,
Yeah,
Ryan Hunley, he's a guitar player.
He's a good friend.
Yeah.
He's been here to at least a couple of our practices just to hang out at the house while we're messing around as a band.
So you've only done a handful of gigs?
No, I think over the last year and a half, we did 30?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. We played in Oklahoma. We played in Leavenworth. We played in Lawrence. We've played in Topeka, St. Joe, yeah. All around, the Kansas City area and stuff, not just Kansas City proper. So,
okay.
Yeah, we've had a lot of time on the treadmill.
Yeah, you have. It shows. Are you label shopping?
No, not really. We're just trying to do our own thing, Okay. We're having fun doing it. And unless something really crazy happened to where a tour could be financed or something like that, we're all in our 40s and 50s. We've got mortgages and everything else like that. So touring isn't really an option right now unless something changes. So
you've done 30 gigs. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, within an hour or two drive.
Right.
What?
Right.
So do you have a big broken down van that you have to repair the belts on, or what are you sporting in?
Well, whenever we did the show in Oklahoma down at the Legends in Chickasha, we rented a Sprinter van, and that's how we got down there. But normally we just load up in our vehicles and hit the road.
That is absolutely awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna ask for the spoiler here. Are you already working on album 2? Do you have anything ready to go?
We're what, 4 songs in?
Yeah, we're 4 songs in. We're gonna try to push for a full length on this next one, probably. So, yeah, we're about halfway there.
Oh, dudes, I absolutely love this. I can't wait for everybody else to be able to hear it. And again, what's the day? My memory's gone.
4/19.
4/19. Oh,
Yeah, at Rob and Sarah's 420 blowout. Yeah, 420.
Thanks for not releasing on 420.
It's a Sunday.
You and every other band.
So close.
That's freaking awesome.
It'll be a cool show. This couple has got a big patch of land, right? So the bands will set up, play off the front of the outbuilding that they have, and people can gather and have a good time.
Okay, I've never felt compelled to move to Kansas City until about 8 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Not really a fan of your team, not really a fan of some other things there, but there's 2 things now. There's barbecue, love your style of ribs.
Yep.
Absolutely love them. They don't love me, love them. And the band scene is so smoking hot. It's hotter than the barbecue down there. Like, just gotta be.
It's actually really a privilege to be a part of it. It really is.
We could probably sit here and rattle off 20, 23 bands if we tried real hard. So you're a big part. You're going to be a big part of a pretty big scene. I think this is amazing. So thank you very much, dudes.
Thank you so much. And thank you for listening, man.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
So don't go anywhere.